Well, hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today is seeing me in Roblox with a new game. So I made this game called Conseil de Famille, or Family Council. So basically this is like a council of families that I have, or relatives that I have in different countries. So you can see the nations represented here: the Philippines, the United States, Canada, Australia, the UAE, and Greece. So these countries are where some of my relatives are from. I have relatives in the United States, I have relatives in Canada, I think in Nova Scotia or Toronto. I have relatives in Australia, mostly from Sydney. I have relatives in the United Arab Emirates, from Dubai, and I have relatives from Greece, from Athens. So you could see the whole structure is kind of littered up, but that doesn't really matter since I spawn in the inside. So let's enter the Conseil de Famille. So right off the bat you could see here the setup. It looks concert-like, but you can see that there are tables and chairs that represent each nation and each family or each relative. As how about let's get into the stage. Lights, please. May you please get some lights on the stage. I think it's working. Yeah, it's working. So we've got some lights on the stage right here. We've got lights on the podium. So we have washers pointing outwards. Now you may have seen a different setup of this, but I did some tweaks, and I still am doing some tweaks to this. You could see some of the microphones are hanging from above, so the ground would look clean. So you can see the microphone is up there instead of down here. And you can see for the other seats in the back, the microphone is up there. But for the seats on the front, with very few seats, there's the microphones on the chairs, on the table. So you could see here, there's each table with each country's flag. So the middle table has the Philippine flag, represents the Philippines. Relatives in the Philippines are my family. We have the Canadian flag representing relatives in Canada. US flag representing relatives in the United States. An Emirati flag representing relatives in the United Arab Emirates. Oops. Greek flag representing relatives in Greece. And what is going on? And lastly, Australian flag representing the relatives in Australia. Now I also have cameras set up here. You could see that. You could see that camera up there. There's one here on the front, so we could point at some of these chairs. And there's one at the back as well, so that the cameras would point at the podium. I'm not tall enough for this podium. So the camera moves, by the way. It moves, it works. So yeah, you're gonna see some views of that when I probably release some footage soon within this council. Now here on the stage we got flags represented. Let me just point a light on the flags. We can see the flags of 6 countries and 2 other flags. I will explain those 2 flags in a while. But again, we have the flags of Greece, United Arab Emirates, Canada, the Philippines, United States, and Australia. Now these last 2 flags are this one. This one is the flag of the Aboriginal Australian people, and over here is the flag of the Torres Strait Islanders people. Now I included them because they're a national flag of Australia as well. They represent the people of Australia. They're Australians. So I included them in here, but for the tables I didn't, because it would it would be kind of messy, as some people call it, or cluttered. But here I just put it here because I believe we need some representation of these people. These people are not known enough. And I believe you haven't even heard about Torres Strait Islanders until you've watched this video. So overall, my point of making this, I honestly, I just did this for fun. I just like doing stuff for fun. Now let's turn on the screen. We'll choose pillars, because I guess that's the setting for some parliaments. There's pillars in them. So yeah, that's the Conseil de Famille tour. Hope you like this tour. And since this has a lighting set up, it could very well turn into I don't know, into a party. Yeah, that's how easy it is to turn into a party. I'll just turn off the lights and the podium lights, and we're all set for a party. So yeah, this is the first time I did not make a church, a mega church in Roblox. This is the first time. And also, I haven't included this yet, but there's 4 moving headlights on the very top. Now they act as spotlights, and they will point at each of these chairs. You know, if one of the speakers or one of the people speak from one chair, the lights will be pointing at them. Let's get an example right now. So we have this third light here. Where is it pointed at? Is it I think it's pointed at the US. Yeah, it is at the US chair. It's pointed at the United States delegation relatives. And what is the other? I have another one. There's like 4 again. There's like 4 of these. Well, actually 2 of them point onto the podium, and 2 of them point elsewhere. How about this other light? Where does this point to? Ah, it points to the Greek delegation, or the Greek relatives. So I like how this turned out, honestly. I did not know something like this could be quite dramatic, yeah? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys like this, what I made. And I hope that if any of my relatives are if any of my relatives are watching this, do we need a council? Do you think we need a council? Or maybe we just need to decision stuff through text messages. Anyways, that's the video for now. Once again, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.